welcome back to the channels. As promised, I am going to be doing a full DC Multiverse Superman movie wave review. McFarlane has done a recent drop with these figures, doing a mixture of movie and comic in stores, so I do have the comic set as well, so I'll be doing a full review of those figures. But today this will be just focusing on all the movie product that we've got here. So we got the Superman with Crypto Deluxe figure, the Mr. Terrific Red Platinum Deluxe figure. Then we also have Metamorpho here. Then we have Superman Robot number 4. Then we have the regular Superman and Battle Damage Gold Label Target exclusive. Here are all the figures outside of the box, so we've got tons of accessories to go over, but really quick, I'm just going to go over the cards. These kind of may contain spoilers or just details that may be interesting, so if you want to look at them, pause the video or whatever, just ignore it, whatever. So here's Superman's card, Superman Crypto to be exact. And then we got Mr. Terrific's card here. They use the collector edition type style cards here. Then we have Metamorpho as well. This is the regular release card. And then we get also Robot. And there's his little description right there. Here is the Superman regular. And this is his description, which I'm pretty sure will be the same as the Battle Damaged. With these figures, though, they all pretty much will have alternate hands. I think pretty much everyone does come with them. So Superman obviously always has the flying hands. Then he has one right fist and a gripping left hand, which is kind of disappointing. I wish either, since he has 3 releases, I kind of wish that they made some alternate hands with them and you can kind of like switch them around. But unfortunately, that is not the case, so we're stuck with only those types of hands for our Superman here. Mr. Terrific, also, he has the T-spheres that he's holding on to, so it's the one he's packed with, or he's already equipped with, and then he's got some open grip hands. So that's hands for him. Metamorpho has, obviously, he's got his fists on right now, and then he's got these gripped or open hands right here. And then we got the Robot, which has a closed fist and a pointing finger, and then his extra hands is a thumbs up, of course, and then a trigger finger, because, you know, we gotta have that. But, there's the deluxe ones all come with face plates. So Mr. Terrific's got quite a few styles. He's got a closed mouth. He's got kind of a smiling face, more serious looking face here. And then he also has a like really grinning, angry face. So we get those ones. Superman, his head sculpts are a little bit more plain. I guess, I don't know. They're not too crazy. But you get 2 faces that are just really like, they look almost the same, but they're slightly different. Of course, you get the heat vision eyes, which is definitely needed. Too bad we don't have like an open mouth version of him like screaming or something, since he likes to do that in the trailer. Then Robot 4, he has these different eyes kind of set up, so he kind of has like closed ones, more squinting, and another one that's kind of like halfway open. So those are Robot 4's eyes, or head sculpts, whatever. Here are all the Superman. Now, the biggest difference that we're obviously going to get between the deluxe and the regular is that the deluxe has a soft goods cape, while the gold label and the regular have just that plastic cape. The other thing is that the face sculpt is the same. Like, you can see there's an outline with these figures where the faceplate should go. Like, if you look underneath, you could see, let's try to get a better angle. that this is definitely like the face-plated figure. However, they do glue it down so that way you couldn't rip it off. Or I mean, I guess you could, but who knows how much damage that could probably cause, since they wanted to make sure you wouldn't use it. So, you know, the other one you could change the faceplates out, and of course, but that is just kind of like that bummer thing. Between the regular and gold label battle damage, it's definitely more, you know, black spots around the figure all throughout, so it goes from top to bottom, right? And then here in the back, the S is a little bit darker. Cape has some dark spots as well. The hands are also painted, so the flying hands as well will be dark. But, you know, it could have been better. I think this could have been more blacked out, like we've seen in the trailer. So that's just kind of how it is with this one. And then the soft goods cape one, this S is just kind of like, you know, it's printed on or whatever, however they do it. And then this one's just like has a nice thick sculpt that kind of comes a bit out, you know. Obviously they couldn't do that with the soft goods one, so there's quite a difference with that. I actually almost prefer the plastic one because of that, but the soft goods cape is great for those, you know, specific posing abilities that we can do. So, you know, obviously overall, though, I'm going to say that the Deluxe is the version to get, not just because of that, but because you get Crypto. Now, Crypto is done, you know, he's done cool, I guess. You know, he's got his one ear up. Obviously, he's not going to be comic accurate, so he's got some brown spots, like, running throughout. He doesn't have any articulation, so that's another disappointing thing. So that pretty much is what it is. But you get the collar there and the cape, all pretty nicely well done. And here's just a close look with that Heat Vision head sculpt on the Deluxe Superman. Here's Superman next to the Henry Cavill and Christopher Reeve Superman. Up next, we got the Mr. Terrific figure. Now, this guy is definitely terrific. Doesn't really come with too much, but the best thing about him is his jacket. It's done so well, and it makes me so mad that McFarlane didn't do this for the comic version that we just got. You know, it's so much better to see this done like this. So, very nice figure. It's got some good detail here. You can see the Justice Gang symbol there, and this is one flat piece, and it is rubbery in the middle here. So if you wanted to do a custom like I may be doing, you can potentially, if you remove this piece, you'd have to probably cut in the middle here all the way down up to his neck, and then basically remove this piece. Up here it gets tight, so it's hard here. I'm not sure if it's glued down. It might be, or it just might be very close to like the hard plastic piece. Honestly, you'd have to probably mess with it. It does feel like it maybe is pressed in here, so it could be glued. So I don't know. I might have to get another one to mess with it. You know, but it is such a great figure though. Like it could be almost a comic accurate one if you really wanted to, but just, you know, just ignore the Justice Gang symbol, right? Either way, I think this is a great figure. You got the red down at the bottom here. Very cool. Makes me really hope that McFarlane is planning to do the Hawkgirl and Guy Gardner. If he doesn't, like, like that'd be pretty disappointing. So maybe we'll see that in a 2-pack or something. Here is Mr. Terrific next to the comic version, the soft goods. You know, you can see that comparison. Just, yeah, much better with the actual sculpt of a jacket. For everyone to know, the arms will work on the comic version. So if you have other plans in mind to do like a centerpiece jacket, if you want to get that, you could still use the arms at least for that fair play design. It still articulates perfectly. Up next, we got Metamorpho, and he's got his, you know, shorts on. I know a lot of people had complaints about this. But honestly, I'm just happy to see a near comic accurate version of this character, other than just the legs being kind of switched on the other side. I guess that doesn't really matter too much. But the design on this figure is fantastic. He looks a little bit bulky, but it does look great. He's got a lot of great sculpting texture through here. Throughout the whole figure, it's really great. A lot of money had to go into this dude, to be honest. And then you got the head here, which has like these swirls going through. I love the actor who was in Barry. You know, he was really great in that, so I can't wait to see his take on Metamorpho. One thing I do wish that this figure did have was a kryptonite hand. You see that in the trailer. I feel like that was definitely a missed opportunity. So it kind of is what it is, but definitely still a nice figure. And even if you don't want movie figures, like if McFarlane doesn't end up making a comic version of Metamorpho, this guy would be perfect to throw in your collection in the back at least. So either way, it still looks like him. So I'm glad to see this made. Lastly, we have the Superman robot, more technically robot number 4. So this one, I guess, is going to be like the one Superman's going to have more of a connection with, I guess. And the other ones are just going to be kind of like background. But, you know, this figure is definitely nice. Has a lot of articulation points that blend very well with the armor. So he can pretty much move. This is a nice point to hide here. I think it's single jointed, though. So don't have too much of a mobility, but I mean, it's just a robot, so whatever. One thing, I like the faceplates, and I like the ability to army build, but I think they should have just made this piece here like a plate as well, so that way you could get 1 through 6, since there's supposed to be 6 of them. But I don't know, for 35 bucks, I think that's kind of far-fetched to try to get. Plus, these are red platinums. Like, this is kind of it would be a pain to get, but I don't know. I think they still could have just done a few numbers or something to, you know, make it a little bit more army building. Overall, if you are into the movie stuff, I think this line of figures are great, especially the Superman Deluxe, the Metamorpho, and Mr. Terrific. I think those are really must-haves. Even if you're not into the movie stuff, like Metamorpho, I think could really work. At least in the back, you know, like, hey, there's my Metamorpho for my comic collection. And then Mr. Terrific is just, to me, like, he looks so comic accurate, minus a couple of things, like, very minor. But you could also really use the jacket, too, and try to enhance your comic version. But, you know, there's obviously, we're going to get, obviously, Lex Luthor and Ultraman. And this is all hypothetical, but I feel like because the deluxe figures were released with some of the collector edition figures, like the Superman, the Many Lives of Strange Lives of Superman, you know, I feel like with Ultraman Lex, we should see the Red Lantern Guy Gardner and the other Red Platinum Mr. Terrific. Since they are a part of the movie, it just really does make sense that they would mix those movie figures with those comic versions. Now, I do hope we do see a Guy Gardner and a Hawkgirl movie version of those figures. I feel like it's possible, but who knows? McFarlane has left us in the dust before the Suicide Squad. So it has happened, so hopefully it wouldn't happen again, but obviously, who knows? The other figures, you know, are kind of just, you know, it's optional. I mean, Superman, Robot 4, you know, like, who knows? Like, if the movie sucks, then who would really want this, you know what I mean? But if the movie's great, then yeah, people are going to go crazy, bonkers over these figures. I do hate that some are released as Red Platinums. I just think that idea shouldn't be incorporated for movie figures, since there's other people that are just general audiences that want to get these as well. So there's no reason to make those hard, in my opinion. But I do think these figures are great, though, if you're into that sort of thing. So if you guys did like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this video out there. You know, it really does help the channel out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.